Hello and welcome to this lesson. To draw caricatures accurately from a regular photo is crucial to quickly pinpoint the person's most distinctive features. Speed is essential in transferring these unique details onto paper before they slip from memory, ensuring a swift and precise sketch. First, we will place the eye where it needs to be. Use the studio pen in black and follow my hand movements. We will start working on the lips as the unique feature of this caricature portrait, meaning we will focus specifically on them. Not only the lips and the smile, but the rest of the features accompanying them also need to be exaggerated to better convey the points. See how I'm working on the teeth, drawing them larger than they normally are. As mentioned before, it is better to use the studio pen in black for this sketch. Add the proper darker layers for the inside of the mouth. Follow my hand movements as we use sharp lines to complete the form of the face. Adding these sharp lines precisely is intentional, as we want them to contribute to the exaggeration points we are building. If you make a mistake, simply tap on the surface with 2 fingers at once to undo the last step. Now we are going to start working on the nose using sharp lines. In comparison to the mouth, which we draw larger, we will draw the nose even smaller. Still, we will use sharp lines, as I mentioned before, just as we did for the rest of the face. If you're not happy with a part you have already drawn, use the eraser to remove it and work on it again. Now we will work on the eye again. We already know the right place for it, so all we have to do is draw it again. Use the same brush and color and follow the hand movements closely. And we need to work in exactly the same way on the other eye as well. As you have surely noticed, we are drawing the eyes smaller too, compared to the mouth. Everything contributes to the exaggeration we have applied to the mouth here. Then we will complete the form of the face and add the ears with the same sharp lines. Pay attention to the general form of the face and how everything points to the exaggerated smile. Let's zoom in this way so you can see the different parts better of the work and add more details to the eyes. When we're working on digital devices, try to use all the opportunities they provide to enhance your work. So let's use the eraser and the brush to work on the eyes and the details we need to add to them. Take your time and simplify the forms into the lines and the shapes. We need to keep adding more details in the same way, using the same brush and color. Details can be added in the simple form of lines like this. Look closely and follow how we are adding the details or how we clean, erase, and add again. Now it's time to draw the hair. We are going to add the lines and layers for the hair part. Use more hand pressure for the darker parts to add thicker layers. Keep an eye on the sample and follow the form precisely. Now we are ready to add more details like the wrinkles on the forehead and the rest of the smaller details on the face. Control your hand pressure and work delicately. Find the darker parts of the work like the one we have here and start adding hatching lines, follow the forms. Let's pay attention to the sharp lines that we have, just like the ones we added for the outlines. Here we are selecting the mouth and make sure you're using freehand option. Then start replacing the mouth you have already drawn. It is better if you first look closely at the hand movements and then repeat after me. You can make it smaller or change the position as you want as well. Now that we have the mouth where it needs to be, we can start working on the shading layers surrounding it. Make sure your lines and layers complement the forms. Now we're gonna start adjusting the lines and the details with our eraser. Now as you can see, let's select the eyes and adjust their placement with the freehand option. As you know, if we exaggerate one part of the face, it will affect the rest of it as well. And that is why we are now working on these details in this way. Let's complete the form of the neck and shoulders. Take it step by step and use the same kind of sharp lines we have used for the rest of the work. We are going to complete this part. Then after this, as you are following along, we are going to remove the extra lines using the eraser and also add the hatching lines and the shading layers of the work using the same studio pen. We need to work on the darker layer of the hair in this part. Use more hand pressure and just like a normal pen, the intensity of the layers you're adding should increase. These shading layers on the other side of the face are going to be narrower, so make sure that you're adding them as delicately as possible. Then we are going to emphasize the rest of the shading layers on the darker parts, like this part under the chin. Use the studio pen as we have used so far, and work more on the shading layers for the mouth. Then use the eraser and start modifying the layers and their forms to get the shape of the mouth in a correct way. Look at my hand movements and let's practice at the same time while you're watching this tutorial. You should keep using the eraser to work on the lines and layers that you have already added. Try to look at all different parts and modify the forms. Adjust the size of the brush through the side toolbar and add more hatching lines to the work. Now use the same brush to add more hatching lines to the face and pay attention to how everything we have added so far contributes to the general form of the face and where we have exaggerated the parts. Select the left eye in this way. As we have analyzed the work, it looks like we need to adjust its size and placement again. So make sure you're using the free form option that gives you the freedom to do just that. Always look at the work in general, see what you have done so far and analyze the process. Keep in mind that the eyes are one of the most important features in any drawing, and we need to pay extra attention to them. No matter how big or small they are that we are going to draw them, we need to consider their details. Here, let's select the lower part of the face and start replacing it again. Use the freeform option so you can select the exact part you want to apply changes to and then start moving them as slowly as possible. Now it is time to use the eraser to clear up the work and emphasize the details. Now let's add more hatching lines and follow the form. Now we are done with our drawing on iPad. Thank you for following this tutorial and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please let me know in the comment section. We have a lot more tutorials coming, so please subscribe. I promise to publish better and better lessons for you. Thank you again for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Follow and subscribe for more videos.